Douglas Ross, what would you offer NHS staff as a pay rise?
Yeah. And if I could just very quickly go back to a couple of points.
Well, no, let me pick up on one thing just now, though. But Anas Sarwar said that he welcomed the 4% pay rise that the Scottish Government is offering. What would the Tories offer?
So I welcome the pay rise for our NHS staff, but we have to remember...
And so you will, that will remain if there's a Tory government after this election?
I've said I welcome that.
It's a huge topic, a universal basic income, which is a proposal that the government guarantees a certain minimum income to every citizen. We probably haven't got time to get into all the whys and wherefores of it now, so let's go for a yes, no. Universal basic income, Douglas Ross.
No, I've looked at what the Joseph Rowntree Foundation and others have said, and I'm not convinced by the argument on a universal basic income, but I am convinced...
That's an answer. Come on, let's do basic income first, Lorna.
And then come back.
As Glasgow prepares to host the COP26 climate conference, what will you do to ensure Scotland's contribution to reducing the global rate of warming to pre-industrial levels?
We believe you've got to work together. We need to work collaboratively and constructively. I think it's great.
You were just saying you wouldn't work with any party that wanted to...
I'm not going to work with a party that's going to divide our country, and I'll come back to that.
Even on climate change.
And I hope Nicola Sturgeon's Scottish Government will work with the UK Government. I volunteered at a local vaccination site in Murray, and that's a union working for people right now to protect jobs.
More money for the oil and gas companies.
Well,
more money.
The United Kingdom is the first country anywhere in the G7 to have this transition deal. £16 billion to support that transition while still protecting the vital jobs that rely on it.
I've got to say, dear oh dear Douglas, and we can't just have a group of Tories who want to just talk about division, only shout about the Constitution and put no ideas forward at all.
Well, it's noticeable amongst our panel, as many of the younger members who've got their hands in the air. Danielle, you asked the question. What do you think of what you've heard so far?
I am a bit surprised by Douglas Ross's response. I think to have an attitude like that towards the climate crisis isn't really what's going to get young people to believe in his party.
And Douglas Ross, as a party leader, do you have a responsibility to set the tone and to try and make sure that people don't think that they're helping your party by abusing people who don't support it?
Yes, and we all do, and I think we will all agree that we would take urgent action if that was highlighted. Just today, I was doing an interview outside the Scottish Parliament, and one person walked past saying they wanted to shoot me, and another person wanted a socially distant selfie. And that's the nature of Scottish politics just now. We are so divided. And I just wonder why Scottish Labour can't understand the threat we're facing, because every single question from our audience today has gone back from education, our economy, on health service. It all goes back to the distraction of a referendum. So the audience get it. Why don't you?
Can I say...
No, Nicola
Let me respond to this, because it's an issue we're talking about, prejudice in our society.
But why is
Douglas,
it there?
you know I don't support independence, and you know I don't support a referendum, but you are... Grow up. Have you not noticed we're in the midst of a pandemic? Have you not noticed that 10,000 of our fellow citizens have lost their life? Have you not noticed the scale of the challenge our country faces? And you come to this stage on an issue, a question of prejudice and hate, when we are trying to come together as one, you can't help bring in your own...
Because every single audience questioned it. Every single audience questioned it. That's the threat.
Utterly shameful.